Good morning, folks. How you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. My name is Nyash, and here we get to tell you what you need to know about football that has happened in the last 18 hours and maybe what to look out for in the next 18. All right, before we do the next digest. All right, so as we all know, it's to international break battle, and I hope you're trying to enjoy the break because, I mean, let's be honest, without club football, the weekends are not the same, are they? No, they're not. They're not. But I had a fantastic weekend personally. We had a shoot with the locker room. The first time I featured on that channel, it was nice. We had a very heated debate with one Anthony, who's a big Chelsea fan, on who is the bigger club in London between Arsenal and Chelsea. And Chris, locker room, some of these conversations, some of these conversations, tuongee vitu za maana kuliko hizo. How can you ask me which is the bigger club in London between Arsenal and Chelsea? It's a no-brainer, as in everyone knows, I guess, right? It's Arsenal. It's not even debatable, is it? But, I mean, Chelsea always throws themselves into the equation because they have a European Cup, which we don't. And, yeah, that's the only thing they always hold on to. Always. But it is what it is. We had a very nice discussion. You should go check out how the discussion went. On YouTube via the link on our bio. We also had a FIFA session with one Sam. Alikula Kiboko. Yeah, he got clapped. A good one on FIFA. And we had another trivia with these guys, with still the same guys, you know. After the discussion, we had a FIFA session, then we had a trivia, which was dope. Very much interesting. I loved every bit of it. You should go check it out. All right. So, as that was happening, of course, football is still going on. And big up, and thank you so much, by the locker room, for hosting yours truly. It was fun. It was fun being a guest. So, you should go check that out. So, as football is going on, don't forget the transfer window is still open for trading of English clubs, yeah? English clubs, like Premier League clubs trading with EFL clubs. And one instance that has happened is Benrahma. I think we all know Benrahma. He plays for Brentford. He's apparently going to be moving to West Ham United. They're interested in him. They have made a bid for him, and they had to agree the terms though. But yeah, it's seeming like right now Benrahma is going to be a West Ham player by October 16th, by Friday this week. Yeah, he's going to be a West Ham United player. He's going to be Hammer. Another player who West Ham are interested in is Josh King from Bournemouth. Apparently they want to make a bid for him. They actually had a bid that was rejected. So they are very much interested in getting him. So maybe he's going to be coming to them sometime this week. One other piece that has made headlines in the last 2 days is this proposal by Liverpool being backed by Manchester United to have a change in structure of the Premier League. They're actually calling it Project Big Picture. Yeah, like the bigger picture. Yeah? So some of the highlights of that proposal, because they have quite a number of proposals that they have, is giving 25% of all revenues collected by the Premier League and EFL clubs. 25% of it is given to EFL clubs, you know, because of the cash constraints they're going through right now and the coronavirus stuff. So they're saying 25% of all revenues go to EFL. Of course, EFL clubs will be very much okay with that, as in that is a lot of money. And actually, if that is agreed, they'll be given a 250 million pounds financial package upfront before hata tuendelee na stories zingine. So one of the proposals is that. The other one is abolishment of the League Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Community Shield zitolewe zote in total. Zikuwe zinachezwa. Another one is reducing teams in the Premier League from 20 to 18, like we have in Kenya. Yeah, so another interesting bit, that one. And then when you're going to do the relegation and promotion, you relegate the last two, that is number 17th and 18th. And then you promote the first two in the championship, and then the 16th team in the Premier League has to play a playoff with the third and fourth team in the championship. Yeah, so like a playoff kind of thing for them to know who's gonna be going and who's gonna be staying. And then they also want to increase the shareholding. They want the big 6 clubs, yeah, the 9 clubs that have stayed longest in the Premier League wapewe a bigger shareholding. And they'll be allowed to do to make any structural changes to football, or in this case to Premier League football, with just support of 6. All right, so there's the top 6, there's the big 6, and then there's you could almost call them the big 9. So the big 6 can make decisions on their own, just because they're being supported by the 6, and not regarding everyone else. So yeah, some changes that are definitely going to cause a stir, that's for sure. Of course, so many tongues are going to wag about this one, so we're going to be waiting to see how this one is going to turn out. Would I be welcome? Would I be okay with such a deal? I don't know. Taking the teams to 18, of course, and reduce the burden of playing with the other two. Abolishing league cups. That's okay, because I don't know. The FA is always a bigger honor. It's always a bigger cup than the Carabao Cup. And abolishing the league cup to be played by this. Actually, they're saying abolish league cups to be played by teams that are not competing in Europe. Yeah, so if a team is competing in Europe, it's not going to participate in the League Cup. If you're not in Europe, then you can go ahead and compete in the League Cup. It seems fair, but sisi hapa Kenya sisi ni nani? Sisi tunangoja tu tuambiwe yenye watafanya. Wakisema ni hivyo, you sing to the tune. So there's not much we can do from here. We can just hope they're going to come to an amicable decision which is going to be okay with all the parties. Of course, all the parties have to agree for this one to happen. So ukiona ime happen, ujua alikubaliana. So no one should be crying later on. So we still have our international matches going on. Like yesterday, we had some interesting games going on. The UEFA Nations League, there was a plethora of draws. We had like, I think 9 draws yesterday. 9 draws going on in the matches that are being played in the UEFA Nations League. The most notable of them is, of course, Portugal versus France. They went to a 0-0 draw. And I don't know if you've noted this one, but like, I saw how many players, 4 France players, when they were talking about that game, they put a picture of them versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, a place kwenye walikuwa na Cristiano, wamepigwa picha wakiwa na Cristiano Ronaldo. Mbappe aliweka akiwa na Ronaldo, Pogba aliweka akiwa na Ronaldo, Kimpembe aliweka picha yaji akiwa na Ronaldo. You know, the picture they put for the game that they were playing. Lucas Hernandez aliweka picha akiwa na Ronaldo. Yeah, that's how you know who's the god. It makes sense. It's not news. I mean, you get why they would want to do that. I mean, ni Ronaldo. Ukicheza na yeye, of course, unataka kuonekana ulicheza na yeye. Bosnia and Herzegovina went to a 0-0 draw with Netherlands. Frank de Boer is yet to win, by the way, as the manager of Holland. Poland went to a 0-0 draw with Italy. And Ireland also went to was it a 0-0 draw with Wales? This one was a score 1-0 draw though. Russia versus Turkey, but still a draw. The teams that won, England, they beat Belgium 2-1 at Wembley Stadium. Fantastic win for them, by they beating the number 1 team in the world. That's huge. Iceland were walloped by Denmark at home 3-0. Sweden were beaten by Croatia 2-1. And Norway scored 4 past Romania. And Haaland scored a hat-trick. And of course I was like, yo, okay, it's all fine and dandy, but simngefunga hat-trick wakati walikuwa wanacheza playoff, because that one would have taken them closer to getting to a Euro sport in the next summer. So, but it is what it is. Those are the games that are being played yesterday. Today we don't have a lot of games, by the way. We actually have just friendlies happening, and they are not that high profile, so I'm not going to talk about them, all right? So just kick back today and enjoy any news that might be coming up. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Football Digest KE. Like I said, you can also check the interview we had with the locker room. The locker room KE on our bio. Yeah, you can go check it out. It was a very interesting interview. That's all for now, folks. Have a fantastic Monday. God bless and take care.